speaking donkey or a donkey that speaks? Welcome once more to Hidden Gems of the Bible. Today, we explore one of the most unusual and fascinating stories in Scripture. A donkey that speaks. Yes, you had that right. What does the story mean? What lessons can we learn from Balaam's talking donkey? Let's dive in. Our story takes place in Numbers chapter 22. Balaam was a prophet but not an Israelite. How can that be? Well, we can explore that in another hidden gem of the Bible. But this was a prophet, he was not an Israelite. He was famous for his ability to bless and curse, and his reputation reached King Balak of Moab. When the Israelites camped near Moab, Balak became fearful and sent messengers to hire Balaam to curse Israel. But there was one problem. God had already blessed Israel. Now, at first, Balaam consulted God, and God told him not to go. Please don't you ever get there. But when Balak insisted and sent more wealth and higher ranking officials, Balaam hesitated. God then permitted him to go, but with a warning. He could only speak what God commanded. Isn't that interesting? So Balaam set off on his donkey, but something unexpected happened. As they traveled, an angel of the Lord stood in the road with a drawn sword, blocking the way. Balaam couldn't see the angel, but the donkey saw the angel. Isn't that fascinating? How could a donkey see an angel but not the prophet of God? The donkey veered off the road, trying to avoid the angel. Balaam, frustrated, angry, hit the donkey to get back to the path or on the path. The donkey pressed against a wall, crushing Balaam's foot. Again, Balaam hits the donkey, and then a third time, in an even narrower passage, the angel appeared. This time, the donkey lay down under Balaam, refusing to move. Very furious, Balaam struck the donkey again, and there was the time something incredible happened. The donkey spoke. In fact, Numbers chapter 22 verse 28 says, Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, What have I done to you to make you beat me? These 3 times. Balaam, instead of being shocked that the donkey talks back, instead of falling off in a shock, Balaam argued with the donkey. Isn't that interesting that the prophet of the Lord would argue with a donkey? He said, Because you have made a fool of me. If I had a sword, I would kill you right now. And what interestingly happens is that the donkey replies, looking sad, Am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden? Have I ever done this to you before? No, Balaam admitted. And then, that was the time God opened the eyes of Balaam, and they saw the angel standing there with a drawn sword. The angel said, Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come here to oppose you because your way is perverse before me. The donkey saw me and turned away. If it didn't, I would have killed you and let it live. It was at this time Balaam falls to the ground trembling. At that moment, Balaam realized his mistake. He had been so blinded by his own ambition, and he couldn't see what a humble donkey could. You see, this strange and miraculous story teaches us powerful lessons. Let me tell you, spiritual blindness is real. Balaam was a prophet, yet he couldn't see what his donkey could see. Sometimes we are blinded by our desires and ignore God's warnings. God can use anything to speak to us. A donkey, one of the humblest creatures, became God's messenger to Balaam. If God can use a donkey, He can use anyone to get our attention. Obedience to God matters. Balaam's mistake was hesitating between God's will and his own greed. We must choose to obey fully the Bible and what is written here, not just when it is convenient for us. Have you benefited from the story today? Are you listening when God speaks, or are we stubborn like Balaam, ignoring the signs until it is too late? The story of Balaam's donkey reminds us to pay attention to God's guidance, even if it comes in unexpected ways. If you enjoyed or you were blessed by this episode of Hidden Gems of the Bible, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating biblical insights. See you next time.